Okay, this is the fourth session of Healing for the Holidays, and it's based on the book, The Secret of Instant Healing by Dr. Frank Kinslow. And tonight we're going to talk about finding pure awareness, how to heal in 3 steps, and what to do after the QE session. So we're beginning now. We've already prayed in, and those of you who are not with us tonight, know that you are included in that loving prayer about intentions. So, all right, so this is what we're going to cover tonight. And we're going to talk about preparing to heal, feelings and you feelings, quantum entrainment and intention from last week. Now, last week, we had quite a few videos. They were short videos, and there were quite a few, and we learned a little bit of German in the process. I don't know if you remember that or not, but we did, because Dr. Kinslow speaks internationally, and sometimes when he's giving a lecture, they have the native speaker there translating everything that he says, and that's what happened last week. So it's preparing to heal. The most important thing that we learn as initiators of quantum entrainment is that we don't do the healing. We're not channeling a healing energy. All we're doing is hanging out in the you feeling that emanates from pure awareness. And we set our intention for the healing process. It can be implied. You know, we may not speak it out loud. We may already know what it is, and that's okay. Just by the agreement of the receiver of the QE, who is called the partner, and the initiator of QE, just the fact that they're together implies an intention to heal. So the nice thing about that is that because we are preparing to do nothing, we don't need to get emotionally involved in the outcome. So pure awareness knows what to do, knows everything, and we just get to hang out in pure awareness. So last week we did the growing finger exercise, and for some of us it was quite dramatic. It was a lot of fun, and the example of it was to focus our awareness on one of our fingers with the intention that it was going to grow. And for most of us, that experience occurred right during the class. Kim, did we do that with the other class? You're on mute.
With the other class, we did.
Okay, great. So yeah, I think that was in the early part, like it's in the early part of this class as well, the first half of this class. So that was pretty fun. He said that's not quantum entrainment, but it's getting us in the direction that we need to go. And then we talked about the difference between you feelings and feelings. And would anyone like to share what the major difference is between you feelings and regular feelings?
Me, pick me.
Okay, Jim.
The main difference is that feelings are conditional. They depend on external stimuli, whereas you feelings are standalone feelings that you experience.
And where do you feelings come from?
They come from nowhere. They come from the quantum space.
They come from pure awareness, right?
Pure awareness.
Yeah. And you're right. They come from nowhere, no thing, no way, no whatever. They come from pure awareness. And you're absolutely right. They are unconditional. Now, can you, and what does the word you feeling stand for?
Euphoric feelings.
Yep, euphoric feelings. That's right. Now, can you feelings prompt regular feelings?
Yes.
Can regular feelings prompt you feelings?
Nope.
Why not?
Because they're independent.
Because they're unconditional and independent. That's right. Does everybody get that? All right. So I think we can move along about that. Oh, we talked a little bit about the light bulb and the you feeling being that pure white light of us. And for example, if we were light bulbs, the analogy is if we are a light bulb, we're always filled with pure white light, but our personal selves may color the glass through which the light shines. So if we're sad, it might be a blue light, or if we're angry, we might be, emanating a red light. And I know that we've all felt those feelings, whether ourselves, and people tend to stay away from us without even having to look at our face. They just kind of shy away because they feel the vibe. Or, we can walk into a room and read the energy of the room. So we know if it's a happy, uplifting place. We know if it's a tired, cranky place. We know if it's an angry place. We can just feel that energy. But what our losing that word, our opportunity as not only as unity metaphysicians and prayer chaplains and alternative therapy workers and whatever it is that we are, our opportunity is to remember that no matter how someone appears, no matter what color, if you will, they're vibrating at any given moment, we know that within them is that pure white light of you feeling that has emanated from pure awareness. And it sounds an awful lot like unity speak. We know that in truth they are the Christ, but they have clothed themselves so deeply in personality that they have forgotten their essence. And we have to remember that for ourselves as well. So we too are that pure essence. We too, and we can even, a saying crossed my mind today. It's just like me, that person is doing the best they can with the opportunities that they have. Just like me, that person is the perfect radiance, the perfect essence of God. Despite any outward appearance or despite any coloring of that light bulb glass. So the truth of them, that pure awareness emanates through, and then their filters color whatever that pureness is. So, but just, just like me, they are that pure essence of God. All right. And then chapter 11, quantum entrainment and intention. We talked about that last week. Now, tell me about intention. Do we have to tell me your understanding of the intention part of the quantum entrainment process? Don't make me start calling names. It was today's daily word, right? It just gives us focus, right? It gives us purpose. It gives us focus. So, and then in the quantum entrainment process, as we're doing our thing, we have either an implied attention or a very brief verbal intention, and it doesn't have to be any big thing. And you're gonna read him or hear him say that through the whole book. The intention is short, implied. It doesn't even need to be spoken. So it's there is an agreement. If someone asks you for help, there is already the implied agreement. You don't even have to go there. You just drop into quantum entrainment. You drop into the you feeling, the awareness of pure awareness, and we go from there. Hi, Mariella. Okay. All right. So now we're going to talk about finding pure awareness. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I wanted to share, I have a couple of things highlighted. So I did not see it because the light was off under the intention part.
Yes.
I like that it said intention gives direction to pure awareness, providing form to the formless.
Yes.
And I like QE is a lot like a happy
Oh, wait a minute, I can't hear you. Something happened to your volume.
Or like her mic cut out.
Oh, yeah, it's like the microphone cut out. Okay, say something again, Kim. Yeah, we can't hear you. Mm-hmm. Oh, like a Happy Meal. That's right. Yeah, that was my favorite part. Driving through the drive-up window, you place your order, and then you go to the pickup window and let Pure Awareness do its thing. We don't have to go into the kitchen to make sure that they're preparing our order. We pick up our order. You know, when we're done, we're done. Mm-hmm. All right. We might need to use a chat session, Kim, if we can't get your microphone back. All right. Okay. So let's see. What are we doing tonight? You know, I think I have the recording. Let's see how long this is. Yes, I have the recording of him walking us through the Pure Awareness meditation. So we're going to go through that. In this chapter, he talks about, on page 65, I just love this. He says, the notion of pure awareness has gotten a good deal of press over the years. For the most part, those who have written about it say it's very hard to attain and takes years of study and practice to get a handle on it. I say that it is impossible to attain it, and you'll never get a handle on it because you already have it. You can't seek something you already possess. It's not hard, it's impossible. So what do you think about that? We already possess pure awareness. Why would he say that?
That's the essence of who we are.
Yes, we already are it. Okay, are you doing a chat session, Kim? We might want, because I want to hear what you have to say too. So I'll bring up my little chat window. Yes, we come from pure awareness. Absolutely. Yay. All right. So he goes on to talk about we can't grasp it with our conscious mind. And Unity talks about that as well. Unity talks about when you meditate, you go into the silence, but what Fillmore described as the silence is pure awareness. And our conscious mind needs 5 senses to make sense of the world. It needs our 3-dimensional world. It needs our 5 senses to figure out where we are, what our place is in the world, and generally to figure things out. But it can't figure out nothing. So our conscious mind tends to dispel or disparage anything that it can't understand or that it can't find or that it can't grasp. And the author says that's a mistake, because nothing is where everything is. You know, it's the source of everything. Everything emanates from it. So just as we did in the stopping your thoughts exercise early in the class, pure awareness is only known by the lack of experience. And Mariella had a lovely description when we were in the Metaphysics 1 class a couple of years ago. Now, isn't that amazing? It was 2 years ago, where she had experienced the gap. She was meditating, experienced the gap, and then she came back to her meditation and kind of did a double take, because she recognized that there was a period of of missing. There was a little period in her meditation that was missing, and that's exactly pure awareness. So we know it by the lack of experience of it, but that's where that deep rest comes from, and that deep restoration comes from, because pure awareness is ultimate divine orderliness. And in that chart of energy and matter, it had the chair at the top, and then it came down through the atoms and particles and waves, and then there was that line, that big thick line that had the you feeling, and then pure awareness under it. So pure awareness is the source of everything. And the closer our awareness is to pure awareness, the more orderly we become, the more perfect we become, not only in our thoughts and emotions, but in our physicality. So that's where we're headed with QE. So the idea with quantum entrainment, one moment. Excuse me, I didn't want to cough in your ears. The idea with quantum entrainment is to keep our minds busy so that it can't keep that running commentary about what we're doing and distract us from experiencing the you feeling emanating from pure awareness. So just like the stopping thoughts exercise, you know, that little cat watching the mouse hole, we're going to give our conscious mind something to do, and then be really aware of that, and then become aware of the you feeling, and then let the intention be implied or expressed, and go into our quantum entrainment session. And we're going to practice QE tonight. So let's see, where am I going here? Oh, so after we do this exercise, I'm going to have Dr. Kinslow walk us through finding pure awareness. You know, that pure awareness meditation that we walked through last weekend that I sent everybody a copy of. We're going to go through it again together tonight, and then we will go on to learning QE, and then we're going to practice on each other. We're going to do the QE with each other. Does that sound good? Now, I have a question before we do this exercise. Do we want to break up into pairs? I mean, I can do little breakout sessions. I can pair us all up. Or do we want to do a group QE practice? So I'll take a vote. Who wants to do what?
I'd like to do group.
Okay. Yes. Kim, do a 1 or a 2. 1 is individual or paired up, and 2 is group. 2, okay. Group. Everybody okay with group?
Group.
Okay, that sounds good. Okay, so after this pure awareness exercise, I'm so glad we're doing this, because I was just a little stuffy while we were on the coast, and now it's all draining so nicely. So if I have to mute myself, that's what I'm going to have to do. All right, so we're going to keep quiet. He says to keep silent after the pure awareness exercise. He'll still be talking, but we're going to experience pure awareness with our eyes closed, with our eyes open, and so on. All right, are you ready? All right, I have to stop sharing so I can bring the volume up. This is not a visual exercise, it is just auditory. Okay, get comfortable. Okay, wait a minute, one more. All right.
The pure awareness technique.
Can you hear him?
Now let's prepare for the pure awareness technique. Over the next few minutes, I will guide you through a process that will allow you to open your awareness, your present awareness, to unbounded awareness. And when you finish, you will be aware of pure awareness all the time, anytime you like. So let's get started. Please sit comfortably in your chair with your hands separated. Close your eyes and become aware of your right hand. Do not move your hand. Just be aware of it. Pay close attention to what you feel in your right hand. See if you can feel your pulse or any muscle tension. Do you feel any discomfort or pain? Whatever it is, pay attention to it. Can you become aware of a generalized feeling like heat or cold, a relaxation in the hand, or a tingling, anything at all? Become very, very clearly aware of your right hand. Now, become aware of your left hand in the same way you were aware of your right hand. Now become aware of both hands at the same time. Become simultaneously aware of both wrists, both lower arms, your elbows, your upper arms, your shoulders. Become simultaneously aware of your arms from your fingertips to your shoulders. Become aware of the area across your back. Now your middle and lower back. And finally, your whole back. Become aware of your sides, from your armpits to your hips. Become aware of your chest, your abdominal area, your pelvis. Become aware of your whole pelvic region. Become aware of your hips, your upper legs, your knees, your lower legs, your ankles. Become aware of your heels, your soles, the tops of your feet, and your toes. Become simultaneously aware of both your big toes. Now your second toes, your third toes, your fourth toes, and your little toes. Become aware of your legs, your arms, and your torso. Now become aware of your neck, your chin, your jaw, your right ear, your left ear, your lower lip, your upper lip. Become aware of the line between your lips. Become aware of your right nostril, your left nostril, the tip of your nose, your whole nose. Become aware of your right eyelid, your left eyelid, your right eye, your left eye, your right eyebrow, your left eyebrow, the space between your eyebrows. Become aware of the space between your eyebrows. Become aware of your forehead, the back of your head, the top of your head, your whole head. Become aware of your whole body. Have awareness of your whole body. Now become aware of an area around your body, an area of about 12 inches around your body, like an oval or egg surrounding your body. Now let your awareness expand further away from your body. Become aware of your awareness filling the whole room. Now expand beyond the room and become aware of your awareness in the whole building. Expanding above the building, become aware of an area around the building. Expanding ever more rapidly upward, become aware of the whole city. Expanding still more rapidly, become aware of the area around your city, the countryside, and neighboring cities. Become aware of the whole state. Become aware of neighboring states. Become aware of all of North America. Of the whole Western Hemisphere. The whole Earth. Become aware of the whole Earth spinning silently, powerfully on its axis. Your awareness continuing to expand. The Earth grows smaller and smaller. The moon, a silver dot. The Earth grows smaller and smaller until it is just a glistening light the size of a star in the sky. Your awareness continues to expand, and the sun slips silently by. It becomes smaller and smaller until it is the size of the other stars in the sky. You become aware of the millions and billions and trillions of other stars filling the sky, all within your awareness. Your awareness continues to expand as the stars form into our galaxy, spiraling silently, powerfully on its axis. And still your awareness continues to expand, and our galaxy gets smaller and smaller until it is the size of a star in the sky. It is lost amongst the millions and billions and trillions of other galaxies in the sky. As your awareness expands, all the galaxies, all of creation takes the form of an oval or egg, suspended and supported by your awareness. All of creation is contained within this single glistening cosmic egg within your awareness. As your awareness continues to expand, the egg of creation grows smaller and smaller. It is the size of a grapefruit, the size of an orange, the size of a lemon, the size of a pea, the size of a single glistening star in the sky. As your awareness expands, all of creation becomes the size of a brilliant pinprick of light suspended in your unbounded awareness. Then all of creation, that single pinprick of light, winks out. Now again, become aware of your whole body. Become aware that you are sitting in this room filled with your awareness. Everything in the room is in your awareness. Become aware that all of creation is in your awareness. Become aware of your whole body again, sitting in your awareness. Now take 2 or 3 minutes sitting easily before you open your eyes. Maintain your expanded awareness as you begin to open your eyes. Don't be in a hurry. Take time to come out. Easily, aware of your awareness, filling the whole room. With your eyes still closed, slowly wiggle your fingers and toes, or stretch lightly. Be aware of your awareness permeating your body and filling the room. Now, slowly open your eyes while you are aware that your awareness fills the whole room. Are you still aware of your awareness filling the whole room, even with your eyes open? Look at any object. Are you aware of your awareness between you and the object? Your awareness has always been there. You are just becoming aware of it outside of yourself. How do you feel? Do you feel some peace or quietness, some lightness or bliss? The quiet easiness you feel is a you feeling. It is a reflection in your mind of pure awareness. It doesn't matter if you feel it as joy or peace or stillness. It is the result of being aware of pure awareness. Are you aware of your awareness filling the room right now? See, it is still there. It is always there, and now you will always be aware of it whenever you want. Do it again. Become aware of your awareness in the whole room. Now become aware of your awareness in your whole body. It's there too. Pure awareness is everywhere. It's like the coat that you forgot you were wearing. All you have to do is think about it, and you will know it is there, always keeping you warm. Whenever you think about pure awareness, that is, become aware of it, you will find it waiting for you. Wherever you are, there it is. It's like the young child of a loving mother. When the child misses mother, she has only to look around to see that mother is watching over her. Go ahead. Is mother watching? Become aware of your awareness filling the whole room, your body, all of creation. That took no effort at all, did it? You didn't have to do something to find awareness, did you? You just became aware that it is there. Now, you don't need a technique to find pure awareness, only to lose it again when you stop the technique. You will be aware of pure awareness forever and without effort. Now, how cool is that? Okay, one more thing. Close your eyes again and become aware of your awareness filling the room. Now, pay attention to what you are feeling, your you feeling. Just identify if you are feeling peace or stillness or quiet or bliss, etc. Find your you feeling and watch it for a while. Nice, isn't it? Now open your eyes. Become aware of awareness all around you, and again, identify your you feeling with your eyes open. It could be the same or different, doesn't matter. Just pay attention to what you feeling you are having right now. In preparation for creating a healing event with quantum entrainment, I would like you to, every now and again throughout your day, become aware of pure awareness and the you feeling associated with it at that time. The first few times you may need to start out in a quiet environment with your eyes closed, but after a couple of times you will be aware of your you feelings, even in the middle of rush hour traffic. Remember to become aware of pure awareness first. Then, while you are watching or feeling pure awareness, your you feeling will effortlessly shine through. While becoming aware of awareness is effortless, it takes the mind a little more time to get used to the good feeling that is not associated with some activity. The you feeling is the subtlest activity in the mind, and it just takes a time or two to get your otherwise active mind used to hanging out on that quiet level. Okay, that does it for now. Glad to have had you along for the ride. Now that you are among the newly awakened, fully savor your awareness and the joy it will visit upon you.
How was that experience for everyone?
I almost fell asleep.
It
It was so relaxing.
is. And the author says over and over, it's that deep, peaceful relaxation that invites the healing.
What time with you this time?
No time. Do you want to share that comment with the class, expand on it a little?
Well, last time we were doing this, I was actually, feeling very sleepy and felt like I might be falling asleep. I kept jerking myself out of it. But I found myself, whenever I came back out of it, I was back at the same place in meditation as when I fell asleep. So I was like I was looping time-wise back around that one point. It was being aware of your eyebrows, and I kept coming back to that even though I had gone away in a sort of somewhat dreamlike state. Didn't happen this time, though.
Yes, Mariella. Kim said peaceful. Me too.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, after 2 years, it happened again.
Wow.
I was like, before we were aware, I think, of our own body again, I was gone. Like when it says beware of where you are back now, and I'm like, oh, huh. It was like I was gone for a split second and then I was there. It's like you don't realize when you're gone, but you knew you were, at some point you were just, time was just not there, and then you were there again. It was.
Great. Yeah, he'll tell us over and over in this book and in the next book that time does not exist as we know it. So next week we'll do we'll talk about time, and I think it's especially when we talk about emotional healing, when we do a QE for emotional healing. He talks about the bridge that our mind does between past and present, and how it's kind of like a series of still frames that, do you remember those little books, cartoon books that were still frames, but when you flicked them, it looked like a motion picture was happening with the flick of the papers? And that's what our conscious mind does. It takes present moment experiences and strings them together to try to make sense of time. And so what we're doing is jumping off that bridge, trying to sequence past and future, and jumping into pure awareness in the present moment. So, and that's very good, Mariella.
At the same time, I felt at some point that I was somewhere else too. I came back. So
yeah,
it was interesting.
Yeah, great. Anybody else? Yeah,
I had that feeling too, where I felt like I was somewhere else as well.
Is there a way to describe it, or no words can describe it, or how was that for you, Sarah?
I guess just really deep into meditation is how I could describe it.
You weren't in your conscious mind, were you?
Not at all.
Yeah, isn't that great?
It is nice.
Yeah. And that's why we want to do these exercises, so we can teach ourselves what it feels like to experience, as opposed to constantly thinking about it and describing it to ourselves and analyzing it. We just want to be in the experience. Uma.
I think when I do this exercise, I feel like the light bulb was so cloudy before, and then this feels just like a very bright light. You know what I mean? It just has clarity. And so then I'm like, okay, wow, these are two such different states of consciousness. And instead of attaching to the clouded one and thinking of this as like a place you visit, I want to think of this as, this is me, and I only visit that place.
Excellent. That's right. That's right. Yeah. It's perfect. That's right. That's exactly what he keeps saying. That's what Fillmore said, and that, our essence, that clarity is our essence. Yeah. That's beautiful. That's a nice way to describe it.
But it's been really cloudy. You don't realize how dirty the windows are until you clean them. You know what I mean? Living in that house for so long. And you go to like wipe it, and you're like, wow, okay.
Yeah. And then you look at the paper towel and it's
Yeah.
Okay, so he'll also say be gentle with yourself, and don't criticize yourself for anything, any of it. So we're doing our exercises. We're becoming aware of our essence. We didn't know what it was like before, but now we're becoming acquainted with it. So we can't judge where we were, right? So we can, but it's, we can be kind to ourselves in our ignorance, but now we have an idea where we're going and how we can be differently in the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I like how he says,
You're on.
Okay, I lost
Yeah.
you guys. He says how the mind.
Where did she go? Well, we want to see what she said. So, anybody else have anything they want to mention? Kim, are your fingers poised on your keyboard? No. Yeah, we can't hear you. We still can't hear you. Oh, Kim almost fell asleep. Well, that's almost unanimous, right? I stayed awake.
I did fall asleep and then woke up.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty funny.
I was fading in and out.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that's why we're supposed to do these exercises sitting up so we don't go unconscious altogether. So, because we want our awareness, we're training our awareness. All right. Well, let's get back to there she is. Yay. Okay. Okay. What did you like? You liked something when he said,
Oh, me? Okay.
yes.
I could blink out. Yeah, about how he's saying that the mind needs to create a philosophy or a complicated technique, and it revels in the conditional feelings. So even when I was in that pure awareness state, at the same time, there was this attachment to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was this, like, I would rather be here. Like, I choose this state over that one. You know what I mean? Like, I could really feel that sort of the grasping energy, which is like the mind just can't, it can't just shut up. It has to like grasp or pull for or push away something. And I could feel that happening. So
yeah, that's a real good observation, a real good awareness, because you're right, our minds don't stop, right? So that's why he walked us through the exercise of being very aware of our right hand, and can you feel the pulse? Can you feel the temperature? And then become very aware of your left hand. We're giving our conscious mind something to do. And then as we went through being aware of all of these things in our body and then expanding our awareness, do you notice a feeling? But we had to give our mind, our conscious mind, something to do so we could allow that awareness of the you feeling to come through. So, yeah. So, yay, we're on the right track. All right. Let's see. So we are I'm sharing my screen again. And now we're going to learn how to heal in 3 steps. How easy is that? So first of all, in this chapter, he says, you are not the healer. Have we heard this once or twice before? You are not the healer. Who's the healer? Who's pure awareness? That's right. So he said it in he says it in this chapter, but I really want you guys to understand that what we're doing is creating an atmosphere in which perfect order and the you feeling is allowed to. It's already everywhere. We're allowing ourselves to become aware of it and to hang out in it, if you will. So we're creating an atmosphere in which healing may take place, because this atmosphere, he used the term taps into perfect order, because that's what pure awareness is perfect order. So what we're feeling is the you feeling emanating from perfect order and we're sharing that. Are we physically sharing it? No, we're just creating the atmosphere of it. And by our intention, and because there's no space or time in God mind, the person either locally or remotely experiences it as well. And so we'll just keep moving right along because we want to get into practice with each other tonight. So he wants us to know, and we kind of talked about it last week a little bit, the healing presence is our very own essence. So there's nothing outside of us that is doing the healing. It is our very own essence that heals. And it's kind of like Uma, like you described. We're cleaning the glass to allow our essence to do its work, to provide that perfect order, to provide that deep relaxation and rest so that our bodies can resynchronize with perfect order. Does that make sense to everybody? Anybody have any question about that? It's nothing external from us that is doing the healing. So it's not, it's not a divine energy that we're routing through our bodies and focusing on somebody's liver. That's not it at all. We're creating an environment so that the other person can clean their own glass and allow their own essence to do the work. Does that make sense? Okay. And Uma, thank you so much for that analogy because that was perfect and I'm going to use it over and over again. All right, so pure awareness, he says, is reflected through the you feeling. So there, and I don't even know how else better to describe that for you, but pure awareness comes, the you feeling comes from pure awareness and we're experiencing the you feeling. And in the you feeling is the pure awareness being reflected in us. Okay? Make sense? Any questions so far? I'm looking at y'all. Okay. Do you remember that the physical material model with the chair on the top and the molecules and waves and so on and so forth? The personality me, the ego me, the conscious mind me, is the chair all through the wave. So that's our me existence, but that's not what does the healing. So the me of us is busy being aware of our fingertips, of our hands, of whatever it is, and we allow our essence, the you feeling of our essence, to be experienced and to do the healing work. So that me part of us steps aside. And then he talks about pre-testing and post-testing and how important that is. So you'll hear me ask the person who's receiving, or you each will say it as you're leading the healing session, the QE. You'll say, whatever the issue is, on a scale of 1 to 10 or 0 to 10, 1 being nothing and 10 being it's unbearable, where are you on that scale? And then I also ask for a color. A color is another indicator that something is shifting and moving. So, and then in the video, last week, he had Martina circle her arm. And so her arm circle was far from her ear when she first started. And after the QE session, she could bring it in much closer to her ear. And so that was a physical gauge that healing was taking place. And all because you can't see a muscle ache or you can't see a sore shoulder in someone else, but you can see the restricted movement, or you can see the grimace on the face or whatever it is. And then at the post-testing afterward, retest on a scale of 1 to 10, 0 to 10, where is it now? And then he also tells us when we're doing the testing that ROM is range of motion, etc. And when we're doing the pre and post testing, we may not immediately experience a change. And the way he explains that is that sometimes our physical bodies need a moment or two to reorganize itself in alignment with perfect order. And we kind of saw that last week with Uma. Uma had chills and fever, wasn't feeling very well. And you don't mind me pointing you out, Uma, do you? Okay. All right. And Uma, why don't you explain it from your perspective? And I'm going to stop sharing so we can see your face again. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I think I had body chills and fever, and I was just feeling like I had a viral infection. And then during the session, I didn't necessarily feel physically better right away, but I felt like a very strong sense of you feeling. There was like peace and also gratitude and all. But physically, I don't think immediately I felt a difference. But 10 minutes later, I think after we watched the video with him and his wife, suddenly I was really warm and just felt fantastic. So yeah, it just kept getting better and better.
Yeah, you even interrupted the class and said, hey, I need to say something here. And you were peeling layers off. It was great. So that happens. So when we're working with the partner, so the person receiving is called the partner. When we're working with the partner, we tell them that, you may or may not experience anything right away. You may experience a worsening of symptoms in this process. And that's kind of like chemicalization. How Katie described chemicalization, when you have these new thoughts, new energy, new essence. When your essence is birthing this healthy body in you, things are going to speed up. Your symptoms may feel worse initially, but then they'll melt like butter. They always melt like butter. I don't know why, but that's the description I've been getting. It just kind of gets all buttery and you feel better. So and we can say that too, just with some people, you may experience worsening, but hang in there because it'll melt away. It'll feel better. So, all right. Any questions about that? All right. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so, and then we want to have this, the intention awareness. And just as he walks us through in the pure awareness exercise, we become very aware of a couple of points. So what do I have on here? Oh, yeah, let's talk about triangulation right now and you feeling. So if, for example, someone has a stiff shoulder, for example, like Martina did in the video last week. So in the instruction in the book, he would say, put your index finger on the spot where the muscle is tense and feel the tension in the muscle, and then back your finger off a little bit so that you get an idea of how strong that muscle tension is, but you don't have to keep sticking your finger in their back. Okay, so you just kind of ease it off, but your finger's still touching, and then your other finger can touch somewhere else. And then, just as he did in the pure awareness exercise, he has us become very aware of the sensation in the first finger, finger A, if you will, or point A, and then very aware of the sensation in point B. And then we just hang there for a few minutes or moments, minutes, whatever it is, until we become aware of the you feeling, whatever our you feeling is. And then when we feel that you feeling, we may state the intention, healing for this person, relaxed muscle in the shoulder for this person, whatever it is. It may be implied, we may say it out loud. We may not even need to say it because it's already an agreement between the initiator and the partner. And then you'll get some kind of indication, you'll get the partner may take a deep breath and relax a little bit more, or you'll feel the muscle change. You'll feel it relax a little bit, and it might only be just a little tiny bit, but you'll feel it. And that's when you know that your part is done and pure awareness has taken over. So what we get to do is hang out in the you feeling until we get our sign, whatever it is that we're done. So in this class, we're going to skip to a chapter ahead and do this process using, then we post-test. I keep forgetting that. You post-test how, scale of 1 to 10, 0 to 10, whatever it is, what color it is, and so on. And that's for two reasons. It helps us when we're new and learning this, gauge not so much how we're doing, but more like reaffirm that pure awareness knows what it's doing. And we let pure awareness do its thing. And there may be something noticeable right away or not, just as Uma experienced last week. And then, but we can be assured and we can assure our partner that healing will continue to happen. And then you just check in a little while later. Okay, any questions about that? Any questions about the 3-point or the you feeling? That actually, the you feeling isn't a point, it's held in mind. Any questions about that? Okay.
So the pointing is in
Whoops.
the location and then in different areas just around the area?
Yeah, anywhere else. Anywhere else. In the videos, he puts one hand behind the person's neck. And the reason why he does that is because he tells us to have the partner stand, and then he holds the neck because they tend to go jelly on him. They relax so deeply when he engages the you feeling, when he engages the atmosphere of pure awareness, that they just so totally relax. He ends up supporting their weight. So that's what he does. I'm not there yet. But he does one hand behind, and then he might do a finger to the forehead, or a finger to the chest, or a finger to the spot that is tender, or whatever it is. So where we're doing what we're doing doesn't matter, really. He's giving us specific spots in the beginning so we can feel changes. Does that make sense? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, so, but we're going to do this remotely. So when I first started doing it remotely, well, here, I'm just going to share. I'm going to take this off because we're going to, oh, I should probably talk about this too. Let me talk about this first, and then we'll get into it, I promise. Okay, so in the pure awareness healing, there is a deep relaxation. For you, but most especially for the partner. And you're going to invite the partner to relax, give them a few moments to wake up, if you will, or to come back, because sometimes that feeling is just so gooey and delicious that they want to stay in whatever that relaxed state was, and let them do that. Let them be comfortable with that, and then they'll come around. Like we were, gone or asleep or whatever it was. That happens to them too when they're experiencing pure awareness and the orderliness in it, and the deep peace that they feel, and Uma, I think you described a deep peace as well. Whatever was going on emotionally or intellectually or whatever, just this peace came around. And when we were experiencing you feeling earlier today, Kim said she felt very peaceful. And I feel very peaceful, but there's that little kick of joy in there as well. So it's kind of a peaceful joy, just this real sweet feeling. So, and then he describes peace as pure awareness reflection in the mind. So that peace is the result. That peace comes from pure awareness and the wholeness of it, and the orderliness of it, and the sweetness of it. So we tell our partner that the healing continues after the QE session for minutes, hours, days, and it'll continue to heal. And then this was an interesting thing. QE always works, but it doesn't always work as we expect it to, because we have a limited perspective with our conscious mind, our thoughts in our little mind box. So we may have an intention that someone who is really ill gets better like that, and that may not happen for a variety of reasons that we're not privy to. So, but pure awareness knows what needs to be done, and we may think that we need to heal a broken arm, but really emotional healing needs to take place first, and then the body follows. So pure awareness will do the work. May not be in the order that we're expecting, but it does its work, and it always works. The nice thing about QE is that it does no harm, because it is perfection. It is perfect and whole, and we're not doing anything to anybody else. Repeat after me. we're not doing anything to anybody else. We are hanging out in pure awareness, and they are cleaning their glass so that they can reflect and heal from their own essence. Okay, and here's the answer. Finger location is not important. Pure awareness knows what to do. And here we are again. You are not doing the healing. Pure awareness is doing the healing. Oh, and also this was kind of cute. If we have a healing agenda, you know, if we're concerned about a specific outcome, the results will go down. Why is that? Do you remember how he described it in the book? Do you remember the example he gave? Suppose the local news anchor wants to interview you because they've heard of this healing work that you're doing. It sounds like, you know, grabbed right out of his life experience. And they have indigestion, and the cameras are rolling, and the lights are on. So, you know, you sit there and your mind is going, oh, this better work this time, this better work this time, and you're doing your little thing, but you're clouding your glass so that there's no way in heck you're going to experience the you feeling, because you've coated that glass with all of your worry and anxiety about results. So, you know, yes, heal. That's right. Heal. Yeah. So just forget the agenda. Forget the agenda. It always works as long as we're not worried about it, as long as we're able to focus our attention on whatever it is, you know, the finger points, or for remote QE, I might use my little, used to be my Reiki squirrel, now it's my QE squirrel, it's my surrogate. Or you can draw a picture. One of the gals in the last class liked to touch the person on the computer screen. So however you want to do the remote QE, that's great. But lower your expectation, because you're not doing the work. It liberates you. You know, you're not doing the work, so you don't have an agenda. Oh, there's Pokey. Yay. Yes, Pokey and Rocky. So we don't have to worry about it. We can be that, we can go right to pure awareness and not worry about the rest of it. So we'll keep our light bulb clean. And then let's see. Oh yes, he said always use QE with qualified medical treatment, not instead of. So if someone is seeing a doctor about something, don't recommend that they quit seeing the doctor. Just QE, and then whatever the medical profession deems necessary. Oftentimes they'll heal faster. They'll heal before they go to the doctor's office. Whatever it is, but he's very clear. We don't want to promote ourselves as spiritual healers. Okay, we allow it to be in concert with whatever the traditional medicine or the alternative medicine that our partner is already using, and what we'll find is that they'll heal even more quickly than the expected results from traditional or alternative healing. Does that make sense? All right. And do I have anything else on the screen? Let's see. Oh, yes. Pure awareness is pure love. And awareness, I loved how he said this, awareness is love in motion. Isn't that sweet? So love heals all. And we're just experiencing this unconditional love that really does heal everything. So are you ready to get started? Yeah? All right. So I'm going to stop sharing, but this is what we're doing. The partner describes whatever the pain is. We're going to pre-test. Then since we're not in person, or Jim and I can do it in person, but let's just practice remotely. And we'll do something else, but I'm going to stop sharing right now so we can see each other. Okay. Here's something else that I did. If this works for you, we can put our fingers on the screen of the person, or we can use a surrogate, or we can draw a picture. I did this when I was in Texas. We can draw like a silhouette of the person. And for example, if they have a headache, we can put a finger on the head and a finger on the shoulder, and become really aware of those 2 contact points, and then allow the you feeling to come up. Okay? All right, so I'll lead the first one, and then we're going to go around so that everybody gets a chance leading a QE session. Okay? All right, yes. Yay, here we go. We get to practice. Yay. Okay, so who has something they would like QE for? Mariella, what would you like QE for?
Lower back pain.
Okay, lower back pain. I'm sorry?
Mm-hmm.
Right side, left side, middle?
Right side, hip area.
Okay.
Is the sacrum area? I don't know if anybody knows where that.
Absolutely.
It's kind of like the
Okay, right, lower back pain, right side sacrum area, a scale of 0 to 10. 10 means get me to the hospital and put me on IV drugs. Where are you?
I've been around a 7 or an 8.
Okay, so close your eyes. Where are you right now?
Red.
Okay, so it's red. Mm-hmm. Is it at a 7 or 8 right this minute? Okay.
Yeah. Oh.
Or what?
Yeah, I would say a 7.
Okay. Okay. Now, this part's important for us initiators. We tell the person, the partner, to don't help us. Let your mind wander wherever it wants to go. Don't worry about what we're doing. Don't try to white light anything. Don't try to meditate. Just let your thoughts wander. And because we want them to be in a receptive mode, okay? And if they're focused on something else, then their conscious mind is shutting off any experience. Does that make sense? So if we just let their thoughts wander, then they'll be a little more receptive to what we're doing. Okay, so initiators, what we're going to do is get our surrogate and the right side sacrum area, and so we can put one or draw a picture or touch the screen. If you want to touch the screen where Mariella's image is, that's okay too. Jim's going to use his computer gnome. Mm-hmm. Great, gargoyle. Great, okay. Whatever you need, hon, we'll do that. So initiators, bring your awareness to the first point of whatever it is that you're doing. And just like he described in the pure awareness exercise, bring all of your awareness to that first point. And Mariella, you let your mind wander and just, close your eyes, let your mind wander. Don't try to help us. All right. And then initiators, put a second point, become aware of a second point. And then become simultaneously aware of both points. And just hang out there. The implied intention is healing for Mariella. So we're just going to hang out with our attention on these 2 points and allow our you feeling to come up. Mariella,
Hmm?
how are you feeling right now?
Hmm. I'm feeling more of a 5.
Mm-hmm. What color is it?
Green.
Yeah, good.
I
Okay.
was just before I woke up, I was like, ooh, pretty green.
Mm-hmm. That's great.
I was like,
That's
oh, look, it's pretty, it's green.
mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll check in with you later, before we pray out of the class because
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
a good
kind of
shift.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of funny because it was weird. I felt like little tingles across my body.
Uh-huh.
Like I was being kind of tingly poked, and I was like, oh, it's kind of tickly. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
so I
Yeah,
was
you were
like,
you were allowing pure awareness to reorder you. That's great.
it was like little like energetic pokes. I was like, oh, it didn't hurt. It was just kind of like interesting feeling.
Yeah,
So
great.
yeah,
That's cool.
cool.
All right.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, that is great. All right,
Sorry
we'll
if you
check in
heard
with you.
that. Phone went off.
I'm sorry. What? What did you
Sorry if
say?
you heard any background on my phone wasn't off, so I got like this message, so hopefully that didn't like disturb
We did
anything.
hear the ding.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm on 2 devices, so
Ah, all right. Okay, who's next? Who has something they would like QE for?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Okay, do you have any advice about if you're having trouble holding awareness of the 2 fingers at the same time? I actually found that I was using a drawing and they were very close. My fingers were very close together, and strangely enough, that made it harder for me to hold them both in awareness together than if they were like a foot apart.
Uh-huh.
My attention kept ping-ponging back like super quick, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then every once in a while I could expand it, but I'm just wondering if you have any advice on how to expand.
Okay, that's funny because that's how I started out too. I would say keep practicing because I ping-ponged for a long time as well. And then I'll do this. I'll steeple my fingers, and become aware of the fingertips, the feeling in all of the fingertips, and then I can feel the pulse and the energy and so on. And for some reason, I could be aware of all the fingertips at the same time, but not initially. Initially I was doing the little ping pong thing, but it must have gotten faster and faster or something because then I was able to do both at the same time. Has anybody else experienced the back and forth awareness while trying to do a simultaneous awareness? No. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So what you'll do when you have a person in front of you, you can put wherever it is that your intuition tells you. Does that make sense? Because you'll get a feeling. You'll know. This group is kind of intuitive anyway. So, and you also get when you're doing remote QE, you also get a knowing when you can stop. You'll get some kind of signal, some kind of vision, some kind of feeling. You'll just know. Okay. All right. All right. Who's next? Sarah, do you have anything?
Oh, it looks like Kim has something.
Oh, the middle of your back. Okay. So Kim's middle of her back. It's a 4. All right. And what color? I don't see any colors. Okay. All right. We'll do 0 colors. All right. So Kim, you know the drill. Let your mind wander. Kim's gotten texts that say that. Let your mind wander. All right, now the rest of us, you can imagine Kim standing in front of you, and you can place your finger on the middle of her back and another finger or hand on her shoulder. However, the remote QE works for you. We'll do that for Kim. So become aware of your first point. Now become aware of your second point. And then just hang out until you become aware of the you feeling, and the intention is healing for Kim's middle back. Kim, how are you feeling? Oh, two, great. I'm giddy. Yay. Oh, that's wonderful. So there was a little emotional healing that went on. What a nice you feeling side effect. Oh, that's great. Okay. Sarah, did you have something you'd like us to QE for?
I have really tight calves from dancing on New Year's. And they're sore.
Okay. All right, both left and right?
Yes.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, how tight are they? 10 is, give me muscle relaxers.
I'd say a 6.
Okay, oh, they are tight. And if you were to close your eyes and allow a color, if they were to tell you what color they were, what color would they be?
Gray.
Okay. All right. Now, Sarah, you know the drill. Let your mind wander. All right. Don't try to help us. Don't try to white light. If you know healing modalities, don't do them. Just let your mind wander. And then the rest of us are going to pick our first point and become aware of our first point. And become aware of our second point. And then we'll allow the you feeling to come up. And our intention is healing of Sarah's calves. Sarah, how are you feeling?
Pretty good.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10, where are those calves now?
I'd say a 4.
Wow, that's great. And do they have a color?
Pink.
Oh, how nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. They are on their way to being in the pink of health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I felt something similar that Mary Ella felt. Like I felt the tingly little pokes too.
Isn't that funny?
Yes.
It's a little spiritual acupuncture.
Yes. Oh, that's a good way of putting it.
Oh, that's fun.
Pizza delivery at the wrong house.
Oh. Darn. We like having presents on our doorstep. Okay. So, Jim, Sarah's intensity went from a 6 to a 4, and the color went from gray to pink. Good. So that's great. All right. Now, Uma or Jim?
Got nothing.
You got nothing. Okay, so in full disclosure, I made Jim do QE for me while we were on our trip. I said, honey, this is how you do it. You have to learn how to do it now. And he did. It was great. So how about you, Uma?
It's funny because everything like dissolved during the class, but if there is something, it's an emotional QE. I've like in a state of worry all day. Of course, right now I can't contact it as strongly as I used to be, but I can still kind of feel it at the edges, and it's like worry about financial stuff. So can I ask a quick question?
Yeah.
The calves thing, I picked one calf. Like, how do you do that?
Perfect. Yeah, fine. That's perfect. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I had my little squirrel, and I just held both calves. So, you know, one calf is fine because pure awareness knows what to do. So
the second point can be the other calf?
Sure. Mm-hmm. It can be the other calf. It can be, you know, shoulder. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to do emotional QE, so that'll be our intention for Uma. And Uma, I know that you've been doing QE and we've been hanging out in pure awareness, so it kind of dissipates. But if you can kind of close your eyes and try to recreate the worry and tell me the intensity of it.
I mean, it was like an 8, you know, it was really high. 8.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but are you feeling an 8 right now?
No, right now it's like at the edges, so it's more like a 3 or a 4.
Okay, so let's go with the 3 or 4. Okay, all right. And then if it had a color, what would that color be?
Gray.
Okay. All right. So you know the drill, Uma. Let your mind wander. Don't try to help us. Don't try to meditate. Don't white light it. None of that. Just let your mind wander. And then the rest of us are going to pick a couple of spots. We could pick your forehead or your heart or anywhere that we are led to bring our awareness to so that we can feel that QE and allow pure awareness to do its thing. Uma, how are you feeling now?
Very good. I felt that. Yeah, I felt that. It felt like the sun coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I could definitely feel energy here. So someone was sending energy here for sure. But it just in general felt like the sun came out. So
That's beautiful. So on a scale, 1 to 10, you had said 3 or 4.
I guess it's a 1 then.
Wow, that's great.
I just had a very strong feeling of joy. That's what it is.
Isn't that beautiful?
Very cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
felt a heartbeat under my fingers.
Oh, nice.
It was nice. That's where I was focusing, was right there, and I felt a heartbeat literally in my hands. And I was like, okay, and I kept breathing into it, so it was kind of cool.
Mm.
You guys are powerful, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's the initiators are as good as their awareness of the you feeling. So the more we hang out in you feeling, the more powerful the healing becomes. Mm-hmm. Isn't that sweet? Because we're not doing it. We're just hanging out in you feeling, and we're letting pure awareness do its thing. Yay. Okay. Anybody else? Are you ready to practice on people at home? Yeah, you can do it in
I've got a
person.
cat.
Yes, practice on your cat. I need to do it for one of my cats. He was trying to cough up a hairball today while we were driving in the car. I said,
Oh,
come here, Toby. Come here, Toby. I just kind of held his little belly. It was big belly, but yeah. Yeah, Kiwi, your pets, Kiwi, anybody who will let you. Yeah. So I have a Kiwi request, but somebody else is going to have to lead. So I would like to record a meditation, but I would like whatever this little discharge is that's bouncing on my vocal cords to just kind of melt away so that I can record the meditation and get it on the website so you guys can do an extended white stone thing. Okay? Because my sister made a very nice book. So we're going to have a meditation with a companion book so you can play with your white stone. All right. Okay. So who's going to lead?
I'll try.
Okay. Well, Kim, you could. We would just have to watch your chat.
Okay. I've not
Okay.
before, so okay.
Okay. Well, we're here to practice with each other, so that's it's good.
So what do you want Kiwi for? It's for
For the voice, yeah, for a clear voice.
okay.
So quit going.
Okay. So on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being really serious.
Mm-hmm. It's about a 7 or an 8.
Oh, wow. Okay. Mm-hmm. So when you close your eyes and you feel that place, what color comes to mind?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's a dark purple.
Purple. Okay. All right. So just let your mind wander.
Okay.
Don't do anything specifically.
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. You also have to tell the partner that, the condition may worsen just a little bit, but hang in there. Okay. So I forgot to say that to you guys, but. Okay.
So the condition may worsen or get better.
Okay.
So hang in there.
All right. Don't white lie. Don't meditate. Don't try to help. If you know any healing modalities, don't do them. Yep. All right.
All right. Okay. So do I tell them to close your eyes?
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And in fact, that's a good thing to tell people when you're still learning how to do it. And people will naturally close their eyes, but you can suggest it as well.
Okay. So Reverend Eileen, go ahead and close your eyes. Okay. And you don't need to do anything. Just let your thoughts wander. Okay. So the initiators, just bring your awareness to the first point. And just sense your finger. And then bring your awareness to a second point. And then bring your awareness to both fingers simultaneously. And then allow the awareness of the you feeling to come into your awareness as well. And Eileen, how are you feeling?
Oh, I feel all gooey and mushy.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how is the voice doing?
Well, let's see. It feels like it's dropping down to a 5 or a 4.
Wow.
So that's very good. When, okay, the color. It's funny. It's striped and it has a light green and dark and light green and dark and light green and dark and light green and dark.
How cool is that?
Yeah, that's pretty funny. It feels better. It's sounding better. I'm not so gravelly. It's creeping on down there.
Yeah.
Yay, we'll get the meditation done tomorrow. Thank you, everybody.
I forgot to restate the intention.
That's
I have
okay.
a question.
Yes.
I feel like everyone knew what it was, but
Yes. And that's okay because intentions can be implied. You know, you don't have to go into a big story about anything. You know, the partner doesn't have to share anything. You know, really, they don't, because pure awareness already knows what needs to be done. So, Mariella, you have a question?
Oh, is it normal while you're being an initiator to feel what the other person is going through a bit?
Yeah.
Because it seems like the throat was a little scratchy, and I was like, So I was like, huh. So
Yes.
it's fine now, but during the initial.
Yes. So for folks who are empaths, and you know, I'm in that group too, folks who are empaths, yeah, just be aware that you're not taking on the symptom. You can experience the symptom, and for me, it's a gauge on when to stop. So I might feel whatever they're describing, and then as soon as it goes butters away, then I can stop now. Does that make sense? Yeah. But remember that it's not. Yeah. Yeah, and what you might want to do in the beginning, you know, particularly if you're an empath, is to keep saying, okay, this isn't mine. I don't need to feel this. I'm going to go back to the you feeling. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because, you know, why hang out in you know, somebody else's congested thinking or whatever it is.
It surprised me. I was like, oh, okay. So I didn't, I was like, wasn't sure what was, so I was like, oh, okay, so.
Yeah, so people who are empaths, be sure to differentiate what's yours and, you know, what isn't yours. And you can ask, is this mine or is this person's? And you'll know, you know,
I know it was yours, but I didn't expect to, like,
feel
anything. I was like, oh.
Yeah, and you can ask it to leave. It doesn't have to stay. If it's uncomfortable for you, you know, just say, Hit the road.
That was normal. I was like, oh, okay, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, oh, my voice feels so much better. Thanks. Okay, Mariella, let's check back in with you. Your back went from a 7, 8 to a 5.
Yeah, it's going around like 4. It's slowly getting better. It's
Okay.
been pretty tight for about a few months, so.
Wow, so it's gone down that
Yeah.
far already. Wow.
Yeah, it's been pretty tense. So it's just between 4 and 5 still. So it's starting to dim down.
Great. Okay,
My
well,
muscles
it'll
are
keep
relaxing
working.
more. So yeah.
Yeah. So the more you hang out in you feeling, the more you practice the pure awareness meditation, the gate technique, those two things in particular, you'll start noticing your own body healing. Okay? Yeah, and relaxing. And that number will get smaller and smaller.
Yeah, it started going up to 4, so it's starting to relax some, so that's good.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Okay, anybody else? Kim, your back went down from a 4 to a 2. Yay. Good, feeling better. Okay, so when you guys were cueing for me, I kept singing Sweet Home Alabama, but instead of Alabama, it was pure awareness. So Sweet Home, pure awareness. I thought that was corny, but cute. Okay, Sarah, how are those calves doing?
I'd say they're still about a 4.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's better than a 6, and we know that they'll continue to resolve. So that part we know. All right. And Uma, you went from a 3 or 4 to a 1.
Yeah, I'm still feeling that, the joy sensation.
Perfect. Yeah, perfect. Wonderful. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to share my screen again to see what else we have here. And we had practice, practice, practice. Was that practice beneficial? Yeah. I love practicing. I love practicing pure awareness. And I hope that Jim can join us, but I'll get him caught up. I'll make him watch the video. All right. So, I'm a mean teacher. All right, so let's see. We are going to practice in person with someone or a pet, or even, let's see, what else can you practice on? Get your checkbook out or your debit card and QE it. You know what I mean? Just so that you have practice getting your awareness on the points and allowing the you feeling to come up. But practice this week. Practice on anybody that will let you practice on them. Of course, if you're going to be touching them, you want to get their permission. If you're not going to be touching them, the nice thing about quantum entrainment is that it does no harm. So with other healing modalities, you have to have someone's permission before you do it, because you're directing energy through you. You're doing something to them. But with this, you don't have to, because you're not doing anything. You're just hanging out in the you feeling. So if there's someone that you would like to do remote QE for, or if someone has a cold or something, you could say, hey, would you mind if I practice a little thing with you? It's kind of like a healing prayer. That's how I describe it sometimes. May I pray for you? And I'm doing QE. So it's a prayer. It's a prayer because we're, hanging out in you feeling from pure awareness. All right. So you're going to practice. Any questions about the lessons tonight? Anything that we learned? Any more questions about anything?
No, but my back jumped to a 3.
Oh, excellent. That's great. It'll keep resolving, Mariella. And that's amazing that it had been going on for so long, and then in one evening it's creeping down. That's great. All right, Uma, you have a question?
With those electric, what did you call it?
Yeah, spiritual acupuncture.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, just a quick question. If it's somebody's knee or their hip, didn't you say in the book that you can pick points that are not there? I mean,
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any points?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He did QE for a fellow who had an arthritic knee, and he had been standing at the book. You know what? I'm going to not share the screen for a second so we can see each other. And the fellow had been standing in the booth all day, you know, and his knee was bugging him. And Kinslow didn't want to have to, you know, get down on the floor and grab his knee. So he just put his hands on his shoulders because pure awareness knows what to do. You know, it was so Kinslow could get his awareness points. Okay. And you can do it anywhere. Yeah. And, you know, the awareness points are to get our conscious mind busy doing something. It's the cat watching the mouse hole, so that we can experience you feeling. And the more we experience you feeling, the easier it is. And the easier it will be for us to get into you feeling and eventually live from you feeling. So isn't that cool? Yeah. All right. Any other questions about anything we did tonight? I love it. I love QEing. All right. So what I'm going to tell you is when we're done with this class, next week is our last class, I will send you a link to the Facebook group page, but another meeting link, because we have QE shares on the second and fourth Sundays at 7 o'clock Central. So we'll be in an environment like this, and everybody who has graduated from a quantum entrainment class, you know, that I have facilitated, will do a QE share. Okay? Doesn't that sound like fun? And it'll keep us practicing, and it'll keep us experiencing you feelings so that we can live from the you feeling more easily going forward. All right? Okay. And let's see, let's get that homework page up again. Share, don't share, share, don't share. Okay, here we are. All right, so we just finished week 4, Finding Pure Awareness, how to heal in 3 steps. That's point A, point B, and you feeling, right? And the intention. And then what to do after a QE session. Have the partner relax, you know, and allow them to come out slowly and allow them to bring their awareness to the room slowly. And if they need to sleep, make sure that they get home safely so they can sleep, because their body may need that time to readjust into the new order, that divine order that their bodies were created to experience. All right, so the homework for this week is to continue practicing the gate technique. And what is that about? Practicing you feeling. And then you want to practice the pure awareness meditation, or medication as the case may be. And so what is that about? Hanging out in you feeling, right? So, and then practice initiating QE on yourself and on others. And then we'll be reading chapters 15 through 18. All right, any questions about that? And Jim's back just in time to get the homework assignment. That's all right, I'll get you caught up, honey. You're on mute. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I apologize. I had a phone call I had to take.
All right. Well, we understand. Okay. All right, any questions about the homework? Oh, wait. Oh, Kim, good night. But don't go away just yet, because we're going to pray out. All right? Okay, let's see. I am going to stop sharing again so we can see each other. All right. Let's just drop back into that you feeling, whatever the you feelings were that we were experiencing when we were sharing quantum entrainment with each other. We're just so grateful. We're grateful for the you feeling. We're grateful that we now know with our conscious mind that the you feeling that we experience is our true essence, is that pure self of us. And that we can start getting the cloth out and cleaning the glass of anything that distracts from that pure awareness, that beautiful you feeling that we are, that we were created to be in this world. We're so grateful that we have a new tool to respond to anything in our experience, anything in our environment, anything in our physical experience, our mental, emotional experience, our spiritual experience. We now have something that we can do that fully supports our prayer life, that supports our friends and family, that supports ourselves in a beautiful and loving way. Because pure awareness is pure love. It's that unconditional love, and it is our joy to share it. So with deep gratitude for the author, for everyone in the class, everyone who has gone before learning this special quantum entrainment and experiencing you feeling so that it's possible for the rest of us to experience it as well. We are so deeply grateful. And we release this prayer with heartfelt thanks for Dr. Kinslow, for his willingness to take a divine idea and bring it into the world, for our ability to grasp it and live from it, just as we were meant to do. And we release this prayer, knowing its work is already done, because it is done in pure awareness. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. All right, everyone. Good night. Happy New Year. Sweet dreams. I'm glad nobody has to drive anywhere.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
See you next
Thank
week. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Bye to the Reiki
Yeah, I
squirrel.
saw pink.
Yay.
Yay. I saw pink.
Yay. Great. All right. Keep seeing pink.
Yeah.
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 Good night, Mariella.
Bye.